So if you guys get me to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, I'll just go ahead and pull the trigger on the brand new one. I won't even worry about it anymore.
Alright, good morning everybody. Gonna make a nice short and sweet video, update you guys on a few things. First of all, Merry Christmas. Missed it for you guys, didn't get to say it to you. Happy New Year. Possibly might get this in time. And also thank you guys for getting me to 100,000 subscribers. I very much appreciate that. We are running on generator power right now. Been on, well, we ran out of power 1 a.m. or something like that. Reason for the short update, we're going to talk about trucks today, but I was knocking out a video for the other channel, the personal one, the Samson Andrew account, which is now monetized, so thank you guys again. Much appreciated. We're going to start turning loose of some unique and unreal car content on the other channel. Check it out. Link in the description below. But what we're doing right now, since I didn't get a chance last night to edit one of the bigger videos I have filmed, we're just gonna talk about cars right now, because power went out about, what did I say, 1:30 I think it officially went out, and obviously we're out of work right now since the weather. We've got 2 prime techs on a job with the 12, fixing to finish that one up. Got this little project came through. It's got some issues because it's a boob cat. It's a turbo model though, S250, high dollar. Got a lot of chains and binders that just look like they're hanging there. I didn't strap it down, but I know the guy that did. So my point being is I just didn't have any power to edit some of the bigger videos. And well, I'm down here in the valley, so the snow's kind of melted away. It's raining right here, but if you just take about 8 minutes going up into town, they got about 10 inches. So no power coming down the hill today. But let's talk about the new truck. Since you guys got me to 100,000, I said I'll just go ahead and commit to ordering a new truck, and consequently that was still kind of my plan either way, because the used truck market right now is something of a ridiculous sort. It doesn't even really make sense. So when I started looking for trucks, by the way, it's not freezing out here, but it is decent. Callahan's still sleeping, so I'll let the boys sleep in a little bit. I've been up since way too early for a day that I planned on not doing anything. But anyway, we're going to talk out here, just walk around the yard. You guys can look at the scenery. Everything's just slushed in. So, looking at a new truck, I told you guys if I got to 100,000 before the end of the year, I'd just go ahead and commit. And I've been on the phone with the dealer, working back and forth. And here's some information you guys might not know about the new truck market versus the used truck market is, well, they're still taking orders. But in the case of the order of my truck, they say they're going to have to wait 1 month or so before they'll get official confirmation that they can place the order for the exact options and everything I have on mine. The rumor I heard before that was they were removing some of the options from even being put on the build sheet at all because they just didn't have enough chips or something for it. So they spec'd my truck out, and a local dealer said it's going to be a couple thousand above sticker, and a dealer in Idaho, not Dave Smith, quoted me at several thousand below sticker after the special order and all that stuff. So that's pretty nice. Sounds like my buddy Austin, he's awake, running around. Wonder where he's headed. Yep, that's him. Let's see what that old boy is doing. I'm just gonna do this in one take. Looks like he's just gonna drive around. Maybe he's going to work today, I don't know. Probably do some house calls, set some jennies up. I guarantee you that's what he's gonna do. He's an electrician. Anyway, so when it came down to my truck, dealer, the Dennis Dolan, pretty legit sounding dealer, seems pretty motivated to make sales happen. They called within the hour of me sending a request. That was nice. And then he called several times throughout the rest of that day, double checking some of the stuff I wanted on the build sheet. Gave me a price. Like I said, it was below sticker, which was kind of cool compared to what some of these other jokers were telling me. And I told him, well, what the heck, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull the trigger on a truck for Haas while I'm there. Gave a better deal, buying 2 at a time. And the container hauler Cornell, I think he actually called him, and he might order himself 2 trucks. So word spread pretty quick on that guy's motivation to actually call people back and try to make these deals happen. But again, both trucks were sit in park because, well, chip shortage thing. And the early word from the first dealer, he said it's a 4 to 5 month wait on the new truck. Now you might ask, why don't I just buy an older truck? Why don't I just do X, Y, Z, any of the other? You guys know that California wants to say no more to the 08 being registered here. I have no plans of selling that truck. No plans of really stopping using the truck. But let's be realistic. The G56 goes through quite a bit. And would it be nice to have an automatic? Yeah, it would. So that's why I'm leaning towards getting the new truck, because they're just so much more dialed in. And then finding a used truck to the specs that I want has proven to be absolutely unrealistic. Because, first of all, trying to find the correct gear ratio that I'm after. 444s with ISN. It's a standard gear ratio for a 5500. And I want that because if you're going to be putting close to, I figure the truck's going to run probably 80,000 after taxes and possibly shipping and stuff like that. And the price they quoted me at is 69. But you know, you got to take into consideration all the other expenses go into it, and then put a flatbed on it. So I'm going to work some angles on a couple companies that I have in mind that I would like to reach out to and see if they want to play ball. So I'm hoping for that. But my point being is, if I'm going to spend that much money on a truck, by the way, that will end up being cheaper than, I don't know, probably 90% or more of the used trucks on the market right now that are, shoot, anything 16 and newer. I've seen prices way higher than that. I've seen some of these older trucks with 50 to 80,000 miles on it. They're asking around at $100,000 for it. Sure, they might be nice trucks, but I just want to spend the money and get exactly what I want. So the special order truck is going to hit that. So crew cab, Laramie. It's a level 1 trim package, so that I just get the 3 seats in the front, but crew cab still. 444s with the ISN. Somebody might say, well, that's not going to get you the max tow package. You need 488s. Well, you get a smaller rear end with a 3500 and a 410 gear ratio, which is a taller gear, and they still rate those to tow more than the 488 gear in a 5500. So you go ahead and do the math on that, you will. All I'm worried about when it comes down to payload capacity and all that stuff is you take the 19,500 pounds the truck's rated for and whatever your trailer's rated for, and you add them together. Make sure your tire rating's good, and that truck will have a bigger door sticker on it, I'm sure, because I'm gonna hopefully get the new trailer sometime. You know, I'm not trying to just talk about spending money, but that's kind of what this video is about. And then with Haas's truck, to maintain non-CDL, because he doesn't want to get a CDL, get a not a 5500, surprisingly. Get a 4500, get it rated for 16,000 pounds, and then you can still tow his not quite 10,000 pound rated trailer. Keeps him under his 26, keeps everything legal for him. Keep the 26 sticker on the door, and he can rock and roll. And that one's SLT power equipped kind of a package. It's got a couple extra goodies through in there, the remote start, fancier radio. I don't remember, probably threw in the heat package, so you got heated mirrors and heated seat, I believe. You know, you might think somebody was a sissy if they were trying to option their truck so they could get heated steering wheel. It just seems like one of those unnecessary things. But I'll tell you what, when I got my 3500 Laramie up there, you are spoiled with a heated steering wheel. I'll tell you that much right now, guys and girls. And Haas will be building his flatbed because he has built several flatbeds, and I could build the one for my truck as well, but I'm leaning towards a skirted flatbed, and I feel like it'll be better suited if I sourced it out from another company that does that on a daily basis. But as for Haas, he'll be building another flatbed dump just like the last two trucks that he's had is. And I was asking him, you know, when I was talking to the dealer, I said, how long did you drive your first truck for? Because he had a 1976, he still has it, Ford, I guess it was a 250 back then. And it's got a 390 in it. It was restored, but the paint kind of fell off, so it needs probably restored again. But he had that truck and drove it for 20 years. From 1980 to 2000 when he bought that 3500 second gen Dodge. And now another 20 years later, finally gonna settle him up for a new one. As for me, it appears that I buy one every week, but I will admit this right now, the dually trucks that I have are by far the more expensive ones, because you know, you're talking, I paid 12 for that truck, 8600 for that one, and that one I don't want to talk about how much that one costs. That was a lot. Well, it was pretty much the same price as my new one, so too much for a truck that daily driver, tow rig, you know. One truck of the newer caliber, even this one is still kind of expensive when I bought this. I probably, after taxes and everything, was 40,000 into this when I bought it in 15. So, you know, it just, what you put into your equipment in the beginning is what you get out of it towards the end. The truck's still perfectly fine, happy, ready to go. And another, you know, note, you know, people think, well, why don't you delete your stuff? Hey, that would be nice, wouldn't it? If I deleted stuff has fallen off. But versus a brand new truck, I don't plan on deleting that, because they're just so turnkey, ready to rock and roll, compared to the main reason why I deleted this, other than just to say that I, you know, could learn and discover all the cool stuffs about a 6.7, because this was my first 6.7, and I've owned a couple more since then, and that does open them up quite a bit. But how the new trucks behave and control themselves, and the emissions seem to hold together quite a bit better than they did on the earlier 6.7s. I don't really see a point. And this thing was so derated for being, for one, it was a cab chassis truck, so those things are like derated right from the get-go. And then it was a stick shift. I don't know if that's a double derate. I never actually looked into the numbers, but factory, this truck's only 305 versus the dually up there, which is 385 from factory. Big old jump. And now the 2022s for 5500 even being derated would still have pretty much, like, I don't know what it's going to be. I haven't checked the numbers on the new one, but probably close to 385. So basically the horsepower of the new ones are going to be, even when they're derated, are still going to be the same horsepower as the high output was a couple years back. So I don't see any point in, you know, deleting on anything, especially since you still maintain the good old factory warranty. But that's where we're at right now, guys. Thank you guys so much for getting me to 100,000 subscribers. Merry Christmas. Sorry I missed it for you guys. We just were under the weather. I'll post some photos. Taylor's parents' house, big old oak tree landed on it. They're out of power. Can't get to them. And you know, I'm set up with a couple generators around here. I have to have one for pretty much every building. I gotta have a shop, other house, a little house. It's pain in the butt the way the whole grid was laid out here, but I don't have any power lines above ground on the property. But I need to run the shop on a different Jenny so that it can run the well, because that was put in at a different time, different circuit. And then I got the Jenny up here for running the house and running the, got a pellet stove in there. Really convenient having the pellet stove. You don't have to pack a bunch of chunks in the house. Even though I probably chipped up 300-400 cords last couple months through the chipper, but she's starting to turn loose with some rain, even though she's fogging over. But we're gonna head out of here. But you know, stay warm, guys. In town has a lot more snow than here if you're gonna be judgmental. But we'll go ahead and order these new trucks. We're gonna get 2 of them. Get Haas one, get me one, and it's gonna be a good day. Need a cargo container or something, or maybe a new shop to start storing all this stuff. Keep the snow off of it. See you guys in the next one. Hit the subscribe button, like this video. I'd appreciate it. See you guys.